Been going for a minute now. I'm back with the jump off. In the club, cake and jump off. I am back with another video. I know it's been a strong minute I haven't been here, but I just wanted to finally make an update video just because so many people have been asking me for one, and I can't believe that it's literally almost been a year. We're almost at a year. In like a couple weeks it'll be a year since I had surgery. So a lot of people have questions about how I've been, how my journey has been. So I'm here to basically just, I guess, give a little detail on how my journey has been thus far. Okay, so I guess the first thing that I want to talk about that a couple people experience, and a lot of people have personally asked me on my social media, did I experience it as well? And that is a plateau where your weight just stops coming off. And I did experience a stall. I experienced one at 4 weeks where I literally just did not lose any weight, and I went to the doctor and he was kind of looking confused, like, you shouldn't be still the same weight, you're this soon out of surgery. And so I kind of got freaked out, like, did I do this all for nothing? But the stall eventually went away, and I took their advice on just eating 3 small meals a day, and that helped me get out of my plateau. Then I also experienced another plateau at about 7 months, where I was just stuck at, it was like 195, and I was just stuck there for a while. And I started working with a trainer, and that eventually helped me to get out of that plateau. And so now, currently, present day, I am 172. Woo woo. Like, I never thought that I would see a 1 in my adult life ever, because I can't remember the last time I weighed 1 anything. So that was pretty exciting. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was nausea. So me personally, I didn't have too many food aversions where, and a food aversion is basically where post-surgery you eat something and it makes you sick, it makes you throw up. I know a lot of people, since I've had surgery, 3 people I am really close with have also had surgery, and the majority of them had food aversions where they would throw up after they eat certain things. I was blessed in the regard that I didn't personally have any food aversions, but I did have random bouts of nausea where I would eat something, it just would not agree with me, and then I would just be nauseous. I personally never threw up, but I know a lot of people who did have bad food aversions. Now the next thing I want to talk about is, according to Google, Dr. Google is what told me this. My cousin Google, it's my friend, I look up things on Google all the time, was ketosis. So for literally, like, I want to say 6 months, my tongue will be yellow, like bad yellow, like highlighter yellow, and I just had the worst. And when I say the worst taste in my mouth, I mean the worst taste in my mouth. And it was every day, all day. And Google said that it's called ketosis, and it's basically your body like in an extreme state of fat burning. But can I tell you how crazy it drove me just always having this disgusting taste in my mouth? And I dealt with that for a while, and one day it just went away, and I don't know when it decided to, but I was more than happy because it drove me crazy. Another thing that I experienced was, I didn't shed hair too bad, but I do feel like I did experience a good amount of hair loss, which is common. A lot of people say that just because your body is lacking a lot of nutrients that you were getting when you were eating full portions. So my hair broke off really easily. I mean, as you can see, my hair isn't really too thin. But I did experience hair loss where I felt like my hair was just shedding an unbelievable amount, and that is something that you will probably experience. It's important to know that everybody will have their own experience throughout this. And another thing that is a big thing even now, as you can see I have long sleeve on, is skin. So when you get surgery, more than likely your battle is going to go from you being uncomfortable with your weight to being uncomfortable with your skin. Like, because it's like a balloon. When you blow up a balloon to its full capacity and then it shrinks, you can always tell that it used to be full of air. So the chances of your body just snapping back to like a person who's never been big before is going to be slim to none. So like, I've lost weight in my boobs, my butt is gone, my arms aren't too bad, but they're kind of flabby. Like, working with my trainer has helped me out a lot, but that is another thing that you're probably going to deal with. Okay, and the last and final thing that I want to talk to you guys about is more on a mental level that you'll experience. So I will say, since I've had surgery, 2 things have happened to me mentally. Number one, I would say having surgery is a big deal, just because, you know, you're making a life-changing decision, and everybody that you come across may not necessarily be supportive of that decision. So me personally, I've often had this internal battle with whether I want to tell people that I deal with on a regular basis that I've made the choice to have weight loss surgery, and that's why I'm losing weight. And this is for a couple of reasons. Number one is because I started my weight loss journey at 300 pounds, and on my own I lost 80. Then I started to gain weight back. I gained like 30 back, and I kind of got tired of the struggle, and that was what made me look into weight loss surgery, just because at the time I was 25 and I was just tired of the back and forth. Lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain it back. So that's what made me look into surgery. And a lot of people's perception of weight loss surgery is that you took the easy way out. Oh, you took the easy way out. So that's what made me wary of whether I want to actually share my decision to have weight loss surgery with other people, just because everybody is not as supportive. So, you know, a lot of times I find myself, like, I'll be out and I'm not really eating, and I'll just be like, oh, I'm not really hungry. Like, you kind of become a liar, just because you don't want to tell every single person that you come into contact with, like, oh yeah, I had weight loss surgery, every person that you meet. Then another thing is, the way my life is now, I'm so out of my shell, and I'm not so self-conscious about the way I look. Before, I was always in my head about my weight and whether I look too big in this or too small in that. So like, I was always just really self-conscious about my weight, and that a lot of times stopped me from dating, and that stopped me from doing certain things. And now I find myself having to be, I don't want to say a jerk, but that's kind of what it is. Like, people literally will harass you, and it's, I mean, because you're becoming a different person. You're literally morphing into another person. I was 300 pounds at once in my life, and now I'm 172. So, you know, you have people who just want to date you for the way you look, and they just want to talk to you just because of how you look. And it's more so, like, I find myself just ignoring people more often. Like, I'm more self-aware, and I don't necessarily feel like everybody deserves a piece of my time. And I think a lot of that had to do with how I felt about myself previously, prior to surgery. But I mean, those are just some of the things that I have personally experienced. Like I say all the time, it's important to remember that every person will have their own experiences. It'll be your own journey. But me personally, I feel like this was the best decision that I've ever made for myself. It was not easy by far. I had days, especially in the beginning, where I asked myself, why did I choose to do this? And now, almost a year later, and I can say that I've lost almost 130 pounds over my lifetime, and I'm just so pleased with my decision. And you have to make the decision for you on whether this is something that you want to do. You have to really look at the research and look at whether you want to keep struggling with your weight and keep going through the back and forth. It's a big change, and it's a lot to get adjusted to, but ultimately I feel like it's a good decision, and I hope that, you know, this video has been helpful. I mean, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment box below and I will respond. All my information is below. Any questions, I'm more than happy to answer. Yeah, so I guess I will see you guys next time. I'll try to come back a little sooner than a year at least. So I will see you guys soon.